All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about The Running Man, the new one with Glenn Powell, the 2025 remake with Edgar Wright directing this one. Yeah, so we all watched it over the weekend, and we're going to get into our likes, our dislikes, our ratings at the end, and we'll see with some Rotten Tomatoes and box office numbers at the end as well. But if you're watching on the replay, appreciate you guys coming in, checking us out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about this movie. But with that being said, Brian, you got a quick rundown of what Running Man is about?
Sure. In the near future, The Running Man is a top-rated show on television. A daily competition where contestants must survive 30 days while being hunted by professional assassins. Desperate for money to save his sick daughter, Ben Richards is convinced by the show's ruthless producer to enter the game as a last resort. Rating school skyrocket as Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite, as well as a threat to the entire system.
Yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis. Breaks it down pretty well.
His daughter is sick of the flu, and that might kill her. The flu.
Yeah,
man. Ain't nothing that can hit you right here in the heart hole, or then your kid dies from the flu.
Like a sick kid, just in general. You're like, oh man,
they can't afford regular medicine. It just makes her feel better. What? Oh,
yeah. Oh man, yeah. Can't we talk about some of that because I got some thoughts on that one. But we got Glenn Powell is your main character. Lee Pace is in it. We got Katie O'Brien, Michael Cera, Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin's in it. Daniel Ezra's in it. William H. Macy's in it. Amelia Jones is in it. So you got a pretty decent cast of actors in this one. But a lot of that down. We'll start off with Brandman. What you like about this movie?
I liked the set pieces. I liked the costumes. I thought the action scenes were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pacing wise, it definitely held my attention. I thought Glenn Powell did a pretty good job. If you're familiar with the book, it's stuck a lot closer to the source material than the Arnold version did. And there was a clever way that worked Arnold in there, which I thought was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
But I liked it. It was a very good looking movie. I thought they kind of captured that kind of like dystopian type future. And I think visually, action wise, and the way that it was paced, it really grabbed me in that regard.
Okay. Anything else? Any other goods?
Coleman Domingo stole every scene that he was in.
Yeah.
And and you kind of expect that because it's Coleman Domingo. But he made every second of screen time count. And Josh Brolin, people really forget how good a sleazebag he can play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was really rivaling Dennis Quaid in The Substance to me. As just a complete sleazebag.
Yeah.
I liked how they made him look like he wore a spray tan and had like probably plastic surgery and veneers. That was a pretty good touch. But yeah, those were my favorite things. I think the acting around the table, just the ensemble cast was pretty good too. That was another one of my favorite things about it. And anything Edgar Wright makes, I at least enjoy in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
It was really no different here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you, Brian? some likes.
So I want to start off with Jamie Lawson because she's fine.
Yes, she is.
Oh yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
Let's go. Jamie Lawson is fine, and I was enjoying everything about her. Everything. I would have been at that bar every day. So just say, okay. As not, I digress. Josh Brolin is a great villain. Like literally, he should be a villain in every movie. Even when he's the good guy, I still see him as the villain. Like it doesn't matter what it's something about him just makes me look at him and say, yeah, you're the bad guy. So I think he did a great job. I thought his portrayal of the producer and really the head of the network was spot on. And you could feel the sleaze, as Brandman was talking about, when you're dealing with Josh Brolin. I thought that was a great job. Coleman Domingo being the hype man and doing all those things and understood the crowd. And the fact
Mhm.
even when you're going to threaten me, I ain't worried about your threats. Look at page 44, paragraph 6. I already know I'm good. Let's go. Let's roll. So I thought that was interesting. I also actually enjoyed Michael Cera's death scene. Like I just thought that was very funny. And even Katie O'Brien, I thought that was just fun. Everything about this was a great time. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed understanding why they put this in here. Just I was hoping for Glenn Powell. I was rooting for him. I enjoyed 90% of this movie. So
okay, 90% of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you guys with everything else. Like the acting around the board. Josh Brolin, man, he. In order to have the good guy Glenn Powell to be more like rooting for him, you need to have a villain that is just villainous, and Josh Brolin does that in this one. He's just a scumbag, and then he's like a head of a studio, the biggest company in the world, so it's like there's just so many reasons to hate him, and he does it so well. And like Brandman said, like this weird kind of tan he has, and the veneers that it looked like they were super bleached, kind of white teeth, like yeah, like he was just an asshole in it. But I really, really liked, and I heard a lot of people now like Glenn Powell in this one. I thought he did a good job in it, where he's kind of an action star, but he's not like an 80s Arnold action star, because those don't kind of exist too much anymore. But I thought he did a good job with running the movie, pun intended, like he everything about it was just like very well. And him and Edgar Wright, I thought, worked really well together. Like he got the vibes that Edgar Wright usually does in a movie, and he did it great, because even isn't Michael Cera is an Edgar Wright alum, right? So I guess he has his Scott Pilgrim, so he has his favorites that he likes to work with. But even like Lee Pace was great in it, with the big reveal. It was like, oh yeah, I forgot he's in it, so yeah, it was all the way around. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was just fun. Like you said, Coleman Domingo was just so good as this narrator host, person. It was just like, oh man, it's just like just so good. Like when he's like sitting down and he's all quiet, he's like, all right, well, we just got some sad news. And then like in a second, just like explosions, and he was so good at that. I was like, oh man, so but yeah, all the way around, great, visually great, and kind of also like Brian, I enjoyed 9/10 of the movie, but even the part I didn't like, it's nothing too bad. And then with that being said, we'll start with Brandman with some of your negatives. What some issues you had with this one?
Glenn Powell and Jamie Lawson are way too pretty to be believable as like lower class, like dregs of society dwellers. So that was a little too Hollywood for me. I think that there, as much as as good a job that I think Edgar Wright did, because like I said, I enjoy just about everything he does on at least some capacity. There wasn't really anything stand out that made it like feel distinctly Edgar Wright. If I didn't know beforehand that he had directed this, I would have just assumed it was directed by any Joe Schmo.
Mhm.
Edgar Wright usually has like a pretty kind of distinct style, and there was really nothing that really had his signature in that regard. I also think it kind of the last 30 minutes, the movie kind of self-sabotaged. It just kind of dragged the last 30 minutes from when he takes the girl hostage.
Okay.
I think that the way that it ended was a little bit of a speed run of everything. They were just like, let's wrap this up now. Let's finish this up. And I think that was mostly it for me.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian? Some problems.
These are just gonna be smaller things for me. It's like the beginning of the movie, I felt like him getting, understanding his story and all stuff was kind of a jumbled mess and kind of was rushed a little bit. And then even him getting into the Running Man show, it just seemed rushed a little bit. Like it just wasn't planned out very well. I didn't enjoy that part. Then the end, really, like I really didn't. I don't understand what the hell's going on, and I understood what was happening, but why? And I understand why they made those choices. If the network knows where his wife and daughter are, why would he go where his wife and daughter are? Like, why wouldn't they just wait for him to get there and then kill him? Like, it seemed like a very flawed plan, And then all that stuff in the jet was kind of alluded, and I'm like, okay, this what the hell's going on? All this, and then what's his name? Bradley, the black guy who helped him out, who had the sick sister. Never went back to that.
Yeah.
Never went. So this dude kept you alive, and we never addressed that again. Then why have it in a movie? If you're not going to address it, then leave it out. So those are my main problems I had. And I guess even the whole Molly thing that was going to make him a partner, like. Why wouldn't you say something to your wife if you know that he's desperate and you know that your daughter's sick? It's just so many things where just like, come on, you should have said something. If your daughter's sick and she could die any day because she has the flu, then you should have said something. Oh, I was going to give this to you. You gonna wait till her to die?
Exactly.
What kind of afraid are you? You are an
I was waiting to
for
tell
that.
you, it's like you might not ever see him again. You don't know, like, and obviously, but yeah.
I just thought those are kind of issues I had overall, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely had the same issues with like Bradley, the guy that helped him, some kind of tie-in, to it, like what's going on, how's he help? Did he help out, the little girl and stuff like that? I just wanted some more, like filler, like, hey, let us know, like fill us in on what's going on with that one,
because they made it a point to say that his sister was sick.
Yeah.
So you didn't never went back to that. Oh yeah, they got me out. They saved my life.
Yeah, they completely abandoned that.
Yeah. That was the one thing where I was like, come on, and that kind of felt like, because of the way it ended and how it ended was like, oh well, we just didn't have time, and that was like, for me, it's like, I know we were talking a little bit about it before. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours 13 or something like that. I was like, I would not have mind another like 10, 15 minutes. So they can like actually like stretch out that ending a little bit better. I enjoyed how they did the ending where it tied into this like character like doing his like YouTube video and explaining how it's all evil and stuff like that. I enjoyed that. I just wish that wasn't just how it ended. I mean, that should have been part of the ending, but
like
it's Edgar
that's
Wright. He likes to do
Bradley.
stuff like that.
That's Bradley explaining this stuff.
Yeah.
So he don't get his sick sister fixed. Like
Yeah. Yeah. It just the ending. Like I said, I didn't hate the ending. I liked it, but I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more, filled out a little bit at the end. Like this, because it goes from like the fans hate him to he becomes like the face of the revolution, in a matter of a minute. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like 1 minute you're like, oh, everyone hates him, and literally the next minute is like he's the face of the revolution. So I was like, oh shit. So yeah, just wanted a little bit more of that. But besides that, like the same thing, like when William H. Macy's character, like Brian said, was like, oh, I was gonna wait to tell you. It was like, what no, why?
Yeah.
Just tell them. But yeah, I mean, I get why a lot of people didn't like the airplane scene. It was very much a back and forth kind of thing. It's like, and that was my thing too, is like he just went on this rant of they lie. They fake footage and this and that. And I was waiting for that moment of him to realize that it's not real, or there's a possibility it's real. And it's kind of like he just went blind rage and it didn't matter. So it's like, and also
why are
like
you killing all these people? Like
the other assassins, they're like, whoa, it's fake. And all you were like, okay, yeah, like, hey, let's team up or some shit. I don't know. It was just like that. That was the one thing I was just like, you just kidnapped this girl and we found out like everything's fake. The rich people are finding out it's all fake. And then the next scene is like he gets mad from what he sees.
You killed my family.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was like, okay. Oh, okay. I guess. But yeah, but none of it really ruined the movie for me. It was just like some parts where I was like, you had to kind of like roll your eyes and be like, okay, keep going. So
yeah.
Yeah. But I think unless we're missing anything else.
No, I think we should go on to our rating.
Yeah. Cool. So here at the Spoiler Kings, we do things nice and easy with our rating system. See, where is that? Put it up if I can find it. There we go. So we do a now, later, never. Now means you gotta go watch it right now before it gets spoiled. Later means you can wait till it's at home and you can stream it. Never means just skip it. Brandman, what are you giving the Running Man remake?
Even though it tripped up in a couple points for me, it's still entertaining enough for me to give it a now. I liked, like I mentioned, the acting. I liked the way that it looked. The action sequences were pretty solid. Like I said, they could have stepped up a couple things, but it was still enough for me to enjoy it. So I'd say a now.
Okay. What about you, Brian?
I'm actually going to say it later.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not because it's a bad movie, and not that I didn't enjoy the movie. I don't know if it's a quality. Like when I'm saying now movies, I really want you to get up, go see this movie immediately. If you wait to go see this on streaming, okay. I don't think it loses anything not being in the theater. I don't think that this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. I think it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed Extraction or Extraction 2, which I didn't need to see a movie theater. So like that's just why I'm like, I'm gonna give it later. You don't have to go out and go see it. In the time when I had Wicked coming out and when I had Badlands, come, I just feel like this is probably not the number one movie. It's something that you have to go see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm probably gonna give it a now, just because one thing we didn't, none of us even brought up was like the social aspect of what's going on in the movie. I think it's very prevalent of what's happening right now.
So total social commentary.
Yeah, a lot of social commentary, which really brought me into it. But I think that I thought, everything else, the action and acting was fun. Where I was like, I think it's worth seeing on the big screen. But
Mhm.
kind of like with Brian, is like, if you've seen the original, from, was it what, the 80 something, whatever it
Mhm.
was. I mean, it's different for sure, but you're not breaking new ground with anything either. But I enjoyed it a lot. I think I had a lot of fun with it. And for me, it's like I like going to the movie theater and having fun. Like just watching a movie, eating popcorn, and just like you know being odd.
Mhm.
So I'll give it a now for that. I mean, it's something I'm probably gonna buy physical media and watch it later anyway. Cool. I think that is it for our thoughts on this Running Man remake with Glenn Powell, Edgar Wright directing. But we want to hear from you guys. So if you're watching on the replay, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this movie. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Where would you rate it? Now, later, never. Yeah. Make sure you guys come back and join us when we do movie reviews like this, trailer reactions, other fun, nerdy stuff as well. And we appreciate everyone in our live chat right now. We want you guys to stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night.